So today's topic of discussion is motion under gravity. So all of you know that what is the acceleration due to gravity? What is the value of acceleration due to gravity? It is 9.8 meter per second. But for the sake of making calculation easy, we can take it 10 meter per second. So whatever calculations I will do by using the value 10 meter per second. Okay. So motion under gravity. So this is the acceleration time graph for a freely falling body. As I told you, for a freely falling body, what will be the acceleration due to gravity? It is 10 meter per second. So suppose a freely falling body takes 5 minutes to reach to the ground. So at all the points, the acceleration due to gravity will be same, that is 10 meter per second square. Okay. So when I will draw a graph between acceleration due to gravity and time, I will get a straight line parallel to the x-axis. Any problem in this graph? 4.21. Any problem in this graph? Please respond it quickly. Okay. Now we know that if I want to calculate the velocity from this graph, acceleration time graph, if I want to calculate the velocity, then I have to calculate the under area. Okay, acceleration time graphs under area shows the velocity. So to calculate the velocity at first second, I will calculate the under area of rectangle A. Then to calculate the velocity at 2 second, I will calculate the under area of this rectangle uh, BCPQ. Okay. First rectangle was ABPO. Second rectangle is BCPQ. Then third second under area, sorry. When I have to calculate the velocity at second, I have to calculate the under area of this whole rectangle, that is ACOQ. Then at third second velocity, overall velocity, I have to calculate the under area of ORDA. Then at fourth second, the under area of OSEA. Then at fifth second, the under area of OTFA. Okay, so I will calculate all the under area and note down the values of velocity at a particular time. So let's start calculating velocity at first second. So what will be the under area of rectangle ABOP? That is length into breadth. Length is 10, breadth is 1. That will be 10 meter per second. So here I am drawing the other graph. This graph is showing the velocity time graph which is corresponding to this 4.21 graph. Okay. So this mark shows the velocity at point A. Okay. 10 meter per second. Now the velocity at point 2. So the under area which I will consider is under area of rectangle ACQO. That will be 2 multiplied by 10, that is 20. So here this point at 20. Then likewise 30, 40 and 50. So a freely falling body velocity time graph is a straight line inclined to the time axis because velocity is increasing with the uniform acceleration. Okay. Any problem in this graph 4.22? Respond quickly. Hmm. Now we all know how to calculate the displacement from the velocity time graph. Velocity time graph under area shows the displacement. Okay. So to calculate the displacement of this velocity time graph, again I will calculate the under area of this is triangle 1, then triangle 2, then triangle 3, then triangle 4, then triangle 5. Okay. So on 1 second, the displacement will be half into length into breadth. That is half into 1 into 10. That is 5. Okay. 5 meter. Yeah, correct Kunal. Correct Tushar. Correct Nitanshi. Then at second, what will be the displacement? The under area of triangle OBQ. So what will be the under area of triangle OBQ? Half into 2 into 20. That is 20. Right? 20 meter. Correct. Very good. Then the under area of triangle third. That is OCR. So it will be 45 meter. Very good. Very good. All of you understood now. Now the under area of triangle fourth, displacement at 4 second, 80 meter. Very good. And displacement at 50 displacement at 5 second, 125 meter. Very good. Then by this we have obtained all the values of displacement at from second first to fifth. Now we will plot a graph. So if we will plot a graph, we will get a curved line like this, because the body is moving non uniform velocity. Okay, so that's why the displacement time graph would be a curved line. Hmm? Understood? Now if we want to plot a graph between displacement and square of time, so when we calculate the square of time, then we will get a straight line inclined to the x-axis. So this will be the graph of displacement and square of time. Okay, like this. So any problem in all of these four graphs? No problem. Good. So whenever somebody asks you to plot the graph, any graph, maybe it is a displacement time graph or a displacement time square graph or a velocity time graph or a freely folding body, you will start with the acceleration time graph. Then eventually you will first calculate the velocities, then you will calculate the displacement, and then you will square the time. And Dhruv, you have problem in graph 4.22. Have you joined it later? Have you joined the class later, Dhruv? So the next topic is equation of motion. So there are basically three equations of motion. First equation is v equals to u plus at. Second equation is s equals to ut plus half at square. And third equals to v square minus u square equals to 2as. Okay, these three equation we have to derive. We have to derive by using various methods. So here I am explaining you the graphical method. See, if the derivation will come in the exam, then you can use any method if it is not specified that which method you have to use. So you can use any method. So here I am explaining the graphical method only. Okay. So to derive the first equation, v equals to u plus at, we will first plot a graph, an imaginary graph of a body moving initial velocity u, final velocity v, and it's moving with uniform acceleration. Okay, so the velocity time graph will incline towards the time axis. Okay, with an initial velocity u. So all of us know that how to calculate the acceleration from velocity time graph? We have to calculate the slope of velocity time graph, and that slope ultimately gives us the acceleration. So what will be the acceleration? Acceleration will be change in the body divided by time taken. Change in the velocity divided by time taken. So what is the change in the velocity? Velocity change will be from u to v. Initially the body was moving with u velocity, and ultimately it obtained v velocity. And what is the time taken? From 0 to t second. Okay, so acceleration equals to acceleration equals to v minus u upon t. Okay, so we can say that v minus u equals to at, or we can say v equals to u plus at. Is this derivation clear, everyone? We know what is the acceleration. It is change in velocity divided by time taken. Yes, I am explaining again. So change in velocity is from u to v. Okay, so what will be the change in velocity? V minus u. And what is the total time taken? From 0 to t seconds. So time taken v minus u divided by t. So acceleration equals to v minus u divided by t. Now this t will go to this side of equation, then it will become at equals to v minus u. And when this u will go to this side of equation, the equation will become v equals to u. This minus u will become plus u, and plus at. Simple simple derivation, very simple derivation. Any confusion in this derivation? My channel name is Nitika Jain. Okay. Now the second derivation. The same graph we will use for deriving the second equation. So we know that the under area of velocity time graph is what? Displacement. Displacement is equals to the under area of velocity time graph. Okay. Now this under area of velocity time graph is a big trapezium, that is OA BD. Okay, OA BD. Or we can say that this under area is divided into two figures, triangle and rectangle. Okay, so we will calculate the under area separately. So the under area of this triangle will be half into this height. This height is what? This height is equals to this height. Hmm? Am I correct or not? This height BC is equals to this height. Yes, Aditya, very good. And this height is equals to v minus u, since initial velocity is at this point and final velocity is at this point. So the triangle's uh, under area will be, the triangle's area will be half into v minus u into the base, this base, this base. So this base is equals to time. Yes, Nitanshi, very good. So time will be the base, that is t. And what will be the under area of this rectangle? This rectangle's length into breadth. So the length will be u from 0 to u. So the length will be u. Yes, Gaurav Negi, very good. And breadth will be t. Breadth will be t. Correct? So we got this equation. Ut plus half v minus u into t. Right? Any confusion in this equation? Now, from the first equation, v minus u equals to what? V minus u equals to at. From the first equation, v minus u equals to at. So this v minus u can be replaced by at, correct? And this is this t, and this is this ut, correct? Or we can say that s equals to ut plus half a t square, correct? This is what our second equation of motion. Any confusion in this second equation? Respond fast. Hmm. Very good. Now the third equation. Third equation also we will take the same graph, but now we will calculate the area of this trapezium. So what is the area of the trapezium? Area of the trapezium equals to half into height into addition of two unequal arms. Yes, this is the area of trapezium. So the same thing we will do here, half into B1 plus B2. What is B1, B2? B1, B2 are the two unequal arms, parallel unequal arms, and height into height. Now half, one arm is OA, second arm is DB, BD. So half into OA plus BD, और height कितनी है? The height is, what is the height? Not height, sorry, base. Not height, it is base. So the base is AC, this one. The base is AC, this one. Right? Yes, distance between parallel side. Very good, Gaurav. Now half into OA. What is OA? OA is equals to initial velocity. BD. BD is equals to final velocity. And AC. AC equals to T. Now we know that acceleration equals to V minus U upon T. So the time will equals to V minus U upon A. So we will replace this time by V minus U upon A. So this equation will become half displacement equals to half V plus U multiplies by V minus U. Okay, divide A. Okay, this equation will become this because we have replaced this T by the value V minus U upon A. Now we will take this 2 at this side of equation and this A also at this side of equation. So it will become 2AS equals to V plus U multiply V minus U. Now what is this? V plus U and V minus U. It is equals to what? It is equals to V square minus U square. Yes, Gaurav, very good. So 2AS equals to V square minus U square. Now I will take this U to this side of equation. So it will become V square equals to U square plus 2AS. This is what our third equation of motion. Got it? Any confusion in this third equation of motion? Yes, Dhruv, by the formula of A square minus B square. Clear everybody?